Sheldon, what kept Jake out of practice today, and what's his status moving forward here?
Jake yesterday after practice just reported that he wasn't feeling quite right. He took that hit in the game in St. Louis. So they were monitoring for that, but he had felt he was okay and good to practice, but through the intensity of practice, wasn't liking how he was feeling, and at this point he's been diagnosed with a concussion. So he's not going to travel with us and won't be available this week.
The guys were just talking about the play Auston made to set up Michael Bunting's goal in St. Louis and how it showed his high hockey IQ. Where does that stand out the most to you in his game when you think of Auston's hockey sense?
Well, I mean, obviously it's at an elite level with his hockey sense. I mean, the talent, the ability, the athleticism is only part of the equation. The sense of where to go and what to do, as part of the package. And that's why he's in such a rare class, a special class of player. So he's a play like that and that level of recognition of who you're against and what hand they are and where they're winning the face off, and then to be able to execute what you're intending to do. That's great stuff, and that's why he's such a major difference maker, because he's just got so many different tools.
Next up, we'll go to Terry Koshan, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, Sheldon. Morgan was asked about never having been to an all-star game, and he made the comment that on a, more or less, I'm paraphrasing, that on a team with so many good players, it's not an easy thing to attain. But what does it do for a coaching staff when you have a guy you can play 28 minutes in a night and no one trusts what you're going to get from him in those 28 minutes for the most part?
It's huge. Obviously, you need to have guys that you can rely upon. And everybody's going to have their best night all the time. I mean, and you don't want to play anybody to that degree, I don't think, ideally. But sometimes injuries, or the other night you're missing Hall with COVID, and whatever it is, sometimes you need to lean on people. And it's the same on the forward side. There's some nights some of our forwards, their ice time gets higher than what you'd like it to be, but you're just, game's on the line and you need to count on people, you need to rely on people. Morgan's one of those guys for us, so minutes are going to climb in some of those instances. But I think he's reached the point, where whether it's penalty killing or matchups, that he's taken those steps to be able to take those without any hesitation from the coaching staff.
And just the run of offense that he's been on, I mean, that's just something that's natural for him. Would you agree? I mean, this is kind of what we've seen at Morgan, especially a couple of years ago when he's in the running for the Norris. But, the points that he's put up, I mean, you'd expect that, I guess, wouldn't you? Yeah,
you know what? I think if I look at the last 2 seasons, their production, I thought he was capable of a lot more. And a lot of it was just, there's some luck attached to it and some finish from himself and others, because, we go through the scoring chances, religiously and break it down and everything like that. And Morgan's contribution to our scoring chances has always been really off the charts relative to our defense. And I don't think it's in a different place necessarily this season, but it's just, the puck's going in a lot more, and whether it's himself or line mates are converting and making those plays and finishing at the net. So the production's gone up. Obviously, the power play hitting it the clip that it is helping that as well, and his role in that. But offensively, those chances and the generation of opportunities, that's been there pretty consistently. But it's going in the net a lot more, and that's why you're seeing the production. In terms of points going up.
Last thing I want to ask you is, you're going to get Adam Fox tomorrow night. You had Cale Makar last week in Colorado. How does your defensive preparation change at all, if it does, when you've got these young, good offensive defensemen who can do a lot of unpredictable things with the puck?
Yeah, I mean, it changes. I mean, they're different. They're both special in their own way, but they're different in terms of how they they generate offense. But certainly you need to be aware of them. You need to close on them quickly, get the puck out of their hands. In Fox's case, especially, I think it's equally as important that you're aware of where his options are on the ice, because he's so good and so smart at finding people. Where McCarr is, going to kind of take the puck right through you and shoot it in the net. Fox certainly has those abilities as well, but there are differences in what makes them great. So we've got to be aware when they're out there for sure. Rangers have a lot of players that I think are in that category.
And Biega in tomorrow night, then?
I'm sorry?
Biega in tomorrow night?
Correct, yes.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Sheldon.
And last one here, we'll go to Mark Zielinski, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Mark.
Sheldon, I'm not sure if you've been asked this before, but with Bunting, back in September, did you see him on a roll on the top line? And now that he's there, what is he doing to keep that role?
Whether it was top line or top six or, playing significant minutes, I certainly did see that, both in what I know of Buns, looking at his clips and his games last season in Arizona, and then also just knowing the caliber of players that we have, and how he could create, chemistry with them, no matter how it shook out or whatever the line was. I had confidence that he was going to be a significant contributor, to us, both at 5-on-5 and, on the power play. So not a huge surprise, frankly, especially knowing just the drive and passion that he has and how motivated he was coming into the season. And he was an unrestricted free agent, had options, had choices. We really wanted to be part of this here, and there were no guarantees given to him, and he knew that coming in. The only guarantee is that we're going to play the players that we think give us the best opportunity to succeed and to win, and the players that are consistent in their habits and their work ethic and all those kind of things. And he has the talent to go with those intangibles, and he's making good on it.